Tubi movies are only good for punchlines and jokes, right? I mean, I get it. There's some budgetary concerns, but are they really that bad? I mean, the whole point of a movie is the entertainment value. Well, I'm going to find out. My focus is going to be on Tubi originals, and I'm going to recap them free of major spoilers and see if they're actually worth a watch. First up, there's a movie called Invasive that came out in 2024. It's listed as a horror movie. So what is this one about?
This woman pulls up in the middle of nowhere expecting to find someone. Apparently she's been hired for a job, but all she finds is a box with her name on it and a note that says thank you. At that point, she decides to leave, but it's too late. She starts to get dizzy. Apparently she's been drugged. Then somebody shows up and kind of drags her away. We arrive at this beautiful home in the hills, and we see servers Kay and Riley, and they're working this party for this billionaire named Pierce. Through some party banter, we learn that he's in the tech medical space and is working on a major project. A reporter has just completed a piece on him. He presents him with an early copy. However, Pierce is not a fan of the cover pic. Kay and Riley like to squat at rich people's homes, so they hide out for the night and wait for Pierce and his girlfriend to leave. And once they're gone, they lounge by the pool, they go through their stuff, have a good time pretending to live that privileged life. The next day, Riley decides to leave for the day and go on a date, and he leaves Kay there alone. Kay is laying there in the bed when she sees headlights. Pierce has returned with the reporter from the party. Now, they're having this business discussion, and Pierce brings up that photo again. The reporter starts to kind of defend himself about why he made that selection, but then he starts to get dizzy. Pierce felt disrespected in him ignoring his wishes about the picture, and now he has plans for this reporter. Terrified, she waits for an opportunity to get out of there, but in her haste, she leaves her necklace and spills some wine. When Pierce returns, he sees these clues that someone else is there, and he decides to go ahead and put the house in lockdown mode. This cuts off all communication with the outside world, which causes her 911 call to drop. She makes a last-ditch attempt to get away, jumping off the roof into the pool. And just as she's exiting, he catches her. Now, they have this brief discussion about what she's doing here, who she is, and what she may have seen and maybe misinterpreted. But then he is alerted that the police have arrived at his gate. He activates a pool cover to keep her trapped while he deals with the officer. He gets that situation resolved using some of his rich people influence. However, this does give Kay a chance to escape the pool. He returns to find her missing, and he continues to search. Now, she eludes him, and she manages to find the elevator, and the reporter is in there from earlier, who is not in the best of shape. She decides to take the elevator down. Now, I'm not going to spoil what's down there, but let's just say it's a horrifying situation that she doesn't want to find herself in, so now it's definitely imperative that she finds a way to escape. Pierce tracks her down and they have a confrontation. She manages to escape and makes it outside just as his girlfriend has returned. She tries to explain, but she doesn't believe Kay, and out comes a gun. Kay pleads with her, but she's forced back inside. Pierce is just coming off the elevator, and after a brief discussion, he shoots her with a tranquilizer. Later, she wakes up strapped to a gurney, just like the reporter. Her fate seems sealed. And actually, that's where I'm going to stop.
The acting was pretty solid for the most part, and while the overall plot is pretty standard for these type of movies, it does go a little bit too far in that third act, and they could have definitely dialed things back a little bit to get back in the realm of believability, but I do appreciate they didn't just phone it in. There are several plot twists that spice things up. This had all the components of a very solid thriller. Now, I judge these low-budget movies on the entertainment value and execution, and I say they definitely check both of those boxes, so this is a Tubi original that is worth a watch. So what did you guys think? Did you see that last twist coming in the end? Let me know in the comments, like, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.